What's going on, 49er Faithful, 49er Fam, 49er Gang? This is your boy Niner Gang Podcast back in the building with another video. So definitely, if you haven't already, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, turn on the post notifications so I can keep you up to date on Niners. Apologize about that. With that being said, let's get right on into it, man. So we had a game on Sunday. We had a hell of a game on Sunday. And coming down off of it, I feel a lot better. Oh, man, we got a special guest in the building. So before I get to myself started, I got to bring in one of my partners here, man. You know what I'm saying? My player partner from the Yay area. You dig what I'm saying? My dog, Silverado Kev in the building. What's happening with you, player?
What's happening, man?
Chilling, man. You still got sunlight out there, man. It's dark out here, boy. We pitch black.
Man, you wouldn't believe where I'm at, man.
Where you at?
Yeah, man. I'm at a Raider ball, man.
Hey, man, look.
Nah, you ain't met Dion yet. Come here. She a Raider fan, man. You know what I'm saying?
Wow, man. Oh, look at that. Well, hey,
Anyway.
I mean, they only down 4 points, so it ain't too bad.
Right. Hey, man, I'm telling you, man. After being in a predominantly Raider ball, I don't feel bad about our fans watching the game.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So,
right. Yeah, we be
hey,
insane,
what's going on,
brother.
man? Hey, man.
Hey.
Appreciate the love.
Of course, my brother. What's going on, Matt? Yeah, but basically, man, I'm trying to get into this game real quick. Let everybody see exactly what happened. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and share the screen real quick and drop us out and let the highlights roll, so everybody can see what happened and what didn't, and we'll go over that real quick. Give me just a sec. So we're going to show Chrome tab. We're going to go right here. Share that. Yes, sir. We're going to drop. We're going to go ahead and hit play on this joint. Let everybody enjoy what went down.
Woo. Fake the toss. Here's that little short completion. George Kittle trying to turn it into a long completion. And Kittle fights his way down. First down to shot San Francisco 40. Goff. Off play action pocket. And down he goes. Kentavious Street, who never had an NFL sack until that moment. His first is a loss of 10. Second down at 7. Garoppolo going to the air. Over the middle, Deebo Samuel his first catch. And Samuel in the Lions territory and down at the 46-yard line. Jeff Okudah finally caught it, but yes, it is a first down.
To bite and opening up that window, nice pretty ball right through the middle, giving Deebo Samuel a chance to catch and run.
Toss play to Mitchell. Mitchell with a flag down into the secondary, breaks a tackle, and Mitchell all the way for the touchdown.
And look at him seal off this entire side here, giving the running back a ton of room to run. Look at that alley right there. And the breaking, he breaks that tackle, that's huge. An upper body tackle, you got to try and get those legs.
Check in motion. Garoppolo off the play fake over the middle. He's got Samuel at the 20. And Deebo Samuel all the way down. Just a Hasty. Nice cutback. Jermichael Hasty to the goal line. He's in for the touchdown. But he's facing a 3rd and 8 here. 4-man San Francisco rush. Ball pressure comes. He's intercepted. Picked off by Greenlaw. Dre Greenlaw going to take it to the house. Waves goodbye for the touchdown. But he's facing a 3rd and 8 here. 4-man San Francisco rush. Ball pressure comes. He's intercepted. Picked off by Greenlaw. Dre Greenlaw going to take it to the house. Waves goodbye for the touchdown.
Oh, just a crushing blow for the Lions because they needed a little juice there.
San Francisco using took one of its 3 timeouts after that 4-yard loss at second down. Goff under pressure. He's in trouble, and Ford got him at the 43. Lions bring pressure. Garoppolo steps up, open over the middle, is caught by Sherfield to the 25-yard line. Picks up 18 on the 19-yard line, first down. Garoppolo off the play action. Finds Kittle at the 35. Kittle with a stiff arm, throwing the right hand. And Kittle into Lions territory, down to the 46-yard line. Pressure coming. Garoppolo hit as he throws. A wobbler down the sideline, and it's caught. Deebo Samuel with the catch and trying to turn on the Jets. He'll take it all the way for the touchdown.
Look at this adjustment. Wow, through the hand of Okudah. That is incredible concentration right there.
Third down and 10. Pressure coming. Garoppolo hit as he throws. Dumps it to Hasty. JaMycal Hasty. Oh, nice move. And a first down all the way down to the 38-yard.
So there we go, guys. We had everything that we needed. You know what I mean? We went ahead and let me go ahead and get back to us. Go ahead and stop sharing the screen. Get my man Kev back in there. So, hey, what's going on, Melissa? What's up, Denise? But, 49ers Chanel, how you doing? You good out there, Kev? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I got you, man. I had to go ahead and come back to my. Hey, you know what?
Oh,
I talk a lot of trash about my cable becoming Cox, but I logged into my mobile Cox, and I got Wi-Fi now, so we should be good.
yeah, there you go. I feel you. Yeah, I got Cox too, man. I live in Arizona, and we rolling out there. Oh, that's is that the Kinlaw? That's the Kinlaw? I like it.
It's a default.
Oh, okay. But yeah, man.
It's gonna be a Kinlaw though.
There you go. Hey, so man, this game was absolutely insane in the final minutes. And what happened was I actually looked at something that actually calmed me all the way down. So we were getting gashed up that middle, and I didn't pay enough attention. Now, what's crazy is, to be 100% honest with you, we didn't really give up that much rushing. We only gave up 116 yards. And then to the two backs combined, only. Yeah, and the reason I say only is because usually giving up anything, under pretty much 150 is pretty much a solid day by your defense. Now, don't get me wrong. I don't like the big gashes up the middle. But if you look at it in hindsight, Jamal Williams had a 20-yard run and the TD. He averaged 6 yards a carry, so that was no bueno. But DeAndre Swift, he had 11 carries for 39 yards. He was averaging 3.5 yards a carry. And he didn't have no TDs. He just had that one big run when it came down to anything. He only had a 16-yard run. So there was nothing overly crazy that they did. And I didn't anticipate that much that they went, I thought they went crazy on us. Oh, hey, how you doing, Auntie? Yeah, my auntie in the chat. But that's basically what I saw was that we didn't really give up a crazy amount of yardage on the ground, and at the same time, we only gave one actual touchdown up as far as rushing. Everything else came from passing, and that was all late in the game. But as far as that run defense, what did you see?
Man, I actually tweeted about it, man, because I spoke pretty highly of this pass rush in the interior D line. So
we all did.
I tweeted something about hey man, I talked too highly about this interior D line be giving up cheeks like this. You know what I'm saying? And so,
right?
To be honest, man, I just really think they kind of just was pushing around up front. You feel me? And I really couldn't. I ain't seen the R22 yet, but I know gap integrity was one of them. And a lot of times what I saw was we did a lot of slanting. You know what I'm saying? So I know as a DC, a lot of times from the sideline, I'll call, Ricky, you know what I'm saying? Sam, or whatever it is. as far as I'm sorry, Liz, Romeo slanting right and left. But a lot of times the slants came too fast. If you slant too fast, right or left, they running right behind you. And so one thing you always know, and you play football too, Dion, cutback lanes are always open. So the runs came from cutback lane. So that's why slant left or right sometimes is just play it straight up. Don't slant left or right, just play it straight up. Engage your block, hold your ground. So that's what it seemed like to me. On the slant, they called it slipping.
Yeah,
I will say missing Kinlaw in the middle was definitely a big thing, But other than that, it was just I don't know. I mean, I could be wrong. I don't know what was in D'Amico Ryan's head, but it looked like on that first big run, it looked like we slanted left, and he kind of waited, was patient, and then cut back left. And so, of course, that backside gap is always there.
Yeah, that's definitely true, man. And basically, when I looked at everything, like I said, when I looked at the totals, I was like, oh, okay, we only gave up $116, and that was a combined effort. So the running backs actually only got 93 yards and 1 tud. So it wasn't too bad of a day. It just looked worse when you watching it live because it was just so quick.
Yeah,
it happened. I was like, God,
we call that chunk yardage.
Yeah, and I was really tripping off that. And so next thing I know, I'm looking up and we balling. But one thing that I did see was that's a plus. We scored the most points in the NFL. So our 41 was better than anyone else's. It was nobody else that scored more points than we did. So I think, if I'm not mistaken, as far as in-division rivals, I think the Seattle scored 38, and I believe that the Cardinals, they put up some numbers, but nobody got to the 41 that we did. Let me take a look really quick. So
I'll tell you what, man. I mean,
Seattle only scored 28. My bad. Seattle scored 28. Cardinals scored 38. And the Rams, they scored 34. So we pretty much, everybody in division scored 30 or more except for the Seahawks, which is fine by me because no one wants them to score 30 or more. I don't want them to score at all.
Of the division, bruh, it's gonna be.
We all want to know.
It's
gonna be a
dog fight. Look,
it's gonna be a serious dog fight.
It's the NFC best, and I've been calling it the NFC best for a long time, man. And one thing that kind of I took pride in, bro, Dion, is the fact that until that last 2 minutes, other than the run lanes being open, we was doing all right. I mean, I know it was the Lions, I get that. But I'm okay. We went to prevent, and historically, as a defense, as a Niner fan, I'm born and raised. I'm born and raised a Niner fan. So
yes, sir.
We protect the lead. You know what I'm saying? And we play not to lose, but versus to win, we play not to lose. But that prevent defense, it do one thing most times, man. You play like I played. When you go prevent, and normally prevent you from winning.
Yes, sir. Let me go ahead and bring in another one of the big homies, man. This is a beautiful stream right here, man. This is black greatness right here. My big dog Mose.
Oh, no. What up, Mose?
Look at him. And Mose, look. Now, see, let me tell y'all, some people out there watching. That Mose knows that's triple OG stuff right there, baby. You got your daddy duties, and you take time out to still talk about your squad. That's beautiful right there, man. And I was going to tell you, I didn't even get a chance to shoot you the message to tell you, if you got the baby, man, I completely get it. Newborn baby, daddy duties, you know what I'm saying? Like kids born, so I completely feel you
what up, man?
You got to pick them up. But how you doing, brother?
I'm good. Thanks so much for having me on. Dion, my brother, Kev, my brother. Listen, man, we family around here, so I appreciate y'all having me on. Hey. Yeah, I got the little one tonight. I did a lot. I was on Sizzling Sunday yesterday with Breezy. So I was up. As y'all seen, y'all watch the show, I thought we was actually cooking everything live.
Kev, so Kev, did you catch the Sizzling Sunday?
I saw. No, I was at the bar.
Oh, okay, let me tell you this. We need to go. We need to shoot out the Mole's house. We need to go to Mo's house. Mo's be getting down. Mo's getting down.
Hey,
Mo's, look, man, I know you done heard this before.
Though.
I'll buy you fry, okay? I will pay for everything. Everything.
One thing special about his princess he got in his arms, and I'm gonna claim it. One thing that he ain't said yet. Me and that little girl, his arms right there, we share a birthday, boy. We share a birthday.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Damn, got him
September 1st, baby. September 1st.
Awesome.
Yep.
Yeah.
She was born September 1st, so she shares her birthday with the one and only Silverado Kev.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying?
There you go, man.
So it's only perfect that she's born into the faithful empire. You know what I'm saying?
And she a Virgo.
Yeah, man. That's beautiful, man. Look, my mama's a Virgo, my grandma's a Virgo, my niece is a Virgo, and my oldest daughter is a Virgo. So believe me, I know all about them, in every which way, man. But yeah, bro, I mean, like that's like right there, man. I always tell people, your girls give you love that you can't get elsewhere.
You
can't.
Yeah, please.
It's like don't get me wrong. Our wives love us to death. Our mamas love us to death. But those little girls, man, I tell you right now, man, my oldest daughter got me through some tough times. I lost
them girls.
Yeah, I lost my great grandmother, man, and believe you me, boy, it was not an easy task because we were so close. And she sat there and she just held me and she just kept telling me, Daddy, I'm right here. It's okay. It's okay. And for her to only be like 8 or 9 years old and understand that, like I need to comfort my daddy. Like I need to be there for him. Like that told me right off the bat, it ain't nothing that's gonna stop. Nothing that's gonna stop.
Hey, look, man, I'm not ashamed to say it. Women rule the world, bro.
They do.
I'm not afraid to say it.
But the one thing I share with Mose, they don't understand about that daddy's chest. They don't know about that. That daddy's chest, we put everything to sleep. It all go to bed.
Everything to sleep right here. Okay?
Bed right there, buddy. You know what I'm saying?
Especially when you're a big boy.
Look. Y'all got me on that one. Y'all got me on that one. But
don't be sleeping on the big fellas over here, man.
You know what I'm saying? That's why they call y'all big teddy bears.
You feel what I'm saying? Comfort and security. You feel me?
Hey, there you go. There you go, man. Hey, look, it's the real. Me and Kev, man, we were just sitting here talking, and I pretty much took a little bit because he was just on the show with Breezy right now, and I just took a little bit from that. How they didn't necessarily gash us as bad as I thought in the run game. Only one touchdown rushing. And then, the 20 and the 16 yard. Other than that, they were pretty pedestrian day running the ball. So I wasn't too upset about it. I just played the highlights and everything. And for me, the one thing that I had to say was, as far as our run defense, I calmed down. It wasn't as bad as I thought it was. And we scored the most points in the NFL in our win. We were the top.
It just looked bad, bro. It just looked bad.
And I can say this. The beauty of that is that tells me that the offense is clicking. A lot of people will go, well, it was the Detroit Lions. It's still an NFL defense at the end of the day.
NFL team, NFL defense.
Got to give respect to that. Now, I'm going to tell you right now, if we go out to Philly and hang another 41, don't tell me it's not. Don't tell me, well, it was the Eagles, because the Eagles got a formidable defense. They definitely do. And for me personally, man, this game, when I look at it, I just look at the stats simply. Jimmy, 17 to 25, 314, 1 TD. He was averaging 12.6 yards a throw. So that means he was averaging at least a first down every time he threw the ball. I can appreciate that. Well, people will nitpick everything negative about Jimmy G. And I understand that there's reasons to do so. But in this game, he did what he was supposed to do. I'm not saying he was the second coming of Joe Montana by any stretch of the imagination, but the man did his job. He came out, he threw balls, he did what he's supposed to do. Debo did bail him out on that dead duck that he threw, but Kev, well, you know, the funny thing is Kev and several other people said this as well, and I know you'll understand this sentiment, Mose. You gotta bail your QB out at times. Every now and then every ball is not gonna be perfect. If you really want to understand that, look at what Aaron Rodgers did yesterday. Hot garbage. He was total trash.
Since you own that throw, I'm not sure who it was. Was it David Lombardi? I think it was maybe him.
Yeah, Lombardi. He said it was a great throw.
He called it a back shoulder throw. What?
That was not a back shoulder throw. Look at Mose. He like, I got the baby. Let me keep my song.
I didn't know a duck could be a back shoulder throw.
Hey, man, look.
That thing had wings was flapping.
Right.
You know what it was?
You might as well say quack quack.
I look like someone on Duck Hunt. You know what I'm saying? You know, you shoot the
right.
Quack, quack, quack. Hey, man, look.
Right.
Check it out, man. So, as somebody who, in my smaller days, when I played receiver and DB, as a receiver, you got the advantage because you see the ball coming first.
Yep.
So, you know, I think I heard Croc say it earlier. As a DB, with your back turned, you don't know the trajectory of the ball. You don't know the where the ball is going. All you know is you rack to the receiver. So he damn near came to a complete stop. It was almost reminiscent of that reception in the Super Bowl by Tyreek Hill, where he kind of stopped and waited for it and caught it and then took off. As a matter of fact, Tyreek Hill had that same type of reception yesterday.
Yes, he did. I was just about to say that.
I mean, so
yeah,
and then somebody said that Jimmy got hit as he threw it. I went back and watched it. I'm like, personally, I think Jimmy had a Jesus slip in his back pocket and he kissed it before he threw it. You know what I'm saying? So he was
like, right before he hiked, he said, Jesus, I'm gonna need you to help me on this one. I know what I'm about to do, and I don't normally do this. But Jesus, take the wheel. And Jesus took the wheel, and he just do, because you know what? The funny thing is what you just mentioned with Tyreek Hill doing the same thing. Patrick Mahomes does that a lot. If you watch the games, the one thing that people can't say the reason that Tyreek Hill has to get respect as a receiver is because of his body control. He bails Mahomes out on a lot of those dead ducks and those crazily thrown balls, and I think that's why Mahomes throws it, because he knows Tyreek gonna go get it. He know that.
And that's
if you notice on the field, no one else. You don't see Mecole Hardman do that. You don't see Travis Kelce do that. You only see Tyreek Hill pulling off those ridiculous, like that play in the Super Bowl where everybody's like, well, Jimmy blew the coverage. No, Jimmy did. How can you defend somebody with ridiculous body control doing that? It's just too hard. Like
I have a different opinion on that, but you know, that's a different conversation.
For me, what I'm looking when I saw what Tyreek did, I started to think about that. That was just that's just me. But you know, with our run game, man, we found ourselves a jewel. That young kid, Elijah Mitchell, man. Hey, if he continued to keep running like I'm telling you right now, I got Raheem in my fantasy, and I'm dropping his ass for Elijah Mitchell because I ain't about to wait 8 weeks for him to come back because I don't know. You know what I'm saying? And I'm literally, I hope I can claim him because I won my game. Actually, I won both my fantasies. I broke them off too. And the sad part was I sat Antonio Brown in one of my fantasies. I could have blown somebody out even worse. But for me, the run game looked fantastic. I love the mix of Mitchell and Hasty. The Trey Sermon thing, I know y'all touched on it on Nitty Gritty Niners. You know, I don't know, man. And it is true what Vish said about that. Shout out to Vish. But yeah, man, Shanahan does that a lot. And his people get on me because I'm passionate about saying what Shanahan's ego is. And he does get real egotistical with players that he picks. He's like, you gotta win, because if you don't win, I look bad because I pounded the table. I went to bat for you, and now you're striking out looking stupid, and I can't do this. Look at Joe Williams, didn't run it down for us. Jalen Hurd back on IR. Dante Pettis, he ain't even got a job no more. You know what I'm saying? CJ Beathard, he in Jacksonville backing up Trevor Lawrence. Like Nick Mullins, I think he on a practice squad for the Browns. So you see all these guys and everybody's like, well, Shanahan can do it. I'm like, pump the brakes on that. If you want to say anything about Kyle, Shanahan can make a running back look spectacular. Not every quarterback.
Well, I'm gonna say something about that, and I know when I say this, you know, I'm big for quotes and sayings and things like that. You know, I forget what brand it is. I think it was Vidal Sassoon.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
If I don't look good, you don't look good. You know what I'm saying? So
he took it way back. Vidal Sassoon. Jesus Christ.
No, I'm sorry.
I
don't look good.
Yeah.
So I think that was a quote. So my point is, I'm like, look, you pick these guys, so if they don't look good, you don't look good. You know what I'm saying? I mean, so, and in terms of Elijah Mitchell, I mean, not to mention he got my last name, so you know, I was at the bar juice. Like, let's go. You see the back of the jersey, don't you? Yeah, let's go, Mitch.
Hey, look, man, I'm sad because my last name is Johnson and Dante played like hot garbage, but this ain't nothing to be anticipated other than him doing the same thing he always do. Gotta take that L, man. Not all Johnson.
We all got last names of somebody on the team. My cousin E-Man, he need to hurry up and come back because we thin at corner. I need my Mosley cousin to show up.
Hey, I need E-Man to come back too. The beauty is this is what I look at. They signed Dre Kirkpatrick. Cool. What I can say is if you get E-Man out there and you get Lenore out there, you still have 2 starting DBs, and you just keep K1 in the slot when needed. That's just how you continue to work that. You can let Norman and Kirkpatrick take their time, learn the system, and when they're needed, they're needed. You know what I'm saying? But the thing is I honestly don't expect anything out of Dre Kirkpatrick or Josh Norman. Josh Norman hasn't done anything since he left Carolina to keep it a buck with you. And I'm just being real from looking at it from watching football. And Dre Kirkpatrick, okay, yeah, but that signing didn't scream that we solved our DB problem. That signing said to me, well, we brought him in training camp. We didn't like him, and we didn't sign him. And now we're basically, we rummaging around trying to find, whatever we can find in the trash and see what we can get. I'm not saying he's hot garbage, but he ain't nothing to write home about.
What shows our desperation, and I think Breezy said it on the show. He said, Kirkpatrick was so good, we brought him in, didn't give him a contract, only to bring him back. Like, hey, you know what? I know we said never mind, but come on, bro.
Right?
Like, come on. You're like, you know what? You might better help us out a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
And that's why I'm confused about the. I'm confused about the tweet because
we chopping through right now.
I don't know. Are we?
What'd you say?
Oh, it sounded like Mose was chopped and screwed. I mean, maybe it just.
No, he good. Okay. I can hear him clearly. You good, Mose?
Oh, okay. I was confused about the tweet where it said, we had him in.
Okay,
and
look,
he impressed.
I'm gonna drop out and come back in because he texted dropping right now.
You probably, that's fine. I got you.
Or his Walkman battery dying or something. Yeah, but I'll be right
back. All right.
Yeah, I was confused about the tweet that said, we brought him in and he impressed us. He obviously didn't impress us enough for us to bring him in during camp. He obviously didn't impress us enough for us to sign him before we signed Josh Norman. So now all of a sudden, what he did impressed us. Like, that's what I'm confused about. He impressed us. Like, how? Like, what was he able to do to impress us in a workout where it's not really him in our scheme with the rest of our defense? Him at the corner position with E-Man or Diamador on the other side, with Ward and Tart behind him, with the front 7 in front of him. Like, if he didn't get reps with that first or second team defense, then what really did he do to impress you? Did his stride look good when he was running? Did he look good out of his back pedal and his break against nobody, against air? Like, where was the impressive part of what he did in the workout that now you want to bring him in only because we're shorthanded? My thing is, it's a lot of young corners on teams that can be had, and I know we're already short on draft capital, but this team right now is a championship caliber team. And if we can supplement this loss with some good young talent that will not only help us now, but eventually help us in the future, I think you got to do what you got to do to get somebody like that in the building.
Yeah, and the names you threw out when you was on Nitty Gritty makes sense, and I like it. To me, to be honest with you, the people grill me all the time because, you know, I get passionate when I go in about the 49ers not taking the DB in this draft. And the reason is like I was on Croc Talk TV earlier today. Every now and then he'll do it where he'll let somebody come on. I'm usually the first person to jump in because I just like talking Niners football. So I jumped in and I was saying, you know, we should have drafted the DB. And my statement was, you know, we had a bunch of DBs that come from a good lineage, you know what I'm saying? And we could have took any one of those dudes. So a guy donated and he was like, so you draft a guy based off of his dad? And I'm like, yeah. When your daddy's
based upon who
Patrick
he is,
Surtain,
yeah.
yeah, when your daddy's Patrick Surtain, when your daddy's Asante Samuel Jr., when your daddy's Joe Horn, yeah, I'm going to draft you. You know why?
Okay, you know, hey,
because you've been doing this since you were a child, and your father can be able to teach you things and intangibles that you don't get anywhere else. They're not going to teach you half this stuff in college. Your father can tell you the true process of the NFL from jump, from start to finish, and tell you, hey, look, these may be the things that you may or may not go through. And at the same time, it's like, hey, I don't need you to, I don't need to be worried about a combine. I'm running a combine in my backyard with my father, who was an all-pro. You know what I'm saying? Who was a champ. Like, these are dudes that you got that do things. You know what I'm saying? So he's like, well, why didn't we draft Jerry Rice Jr.? And I said, because Jerry Rice Jr. wasn't that great.
Trash.
Obviously. Did you see? I said, okay. I said, so let me clarify my statement. It doesn't always work out like that. I said, but I'll give you some example. Look at the Mannings. They were way better than their daddy. Archie Manning wasn't that damn great, but Peyton and Eli seemed to be a lot better. Look at the Bosa brothers. Look at their lineage in the NFL. You know what I'm saying? Look at the DBs that were drafted just now. All of them come from people who had NFL experience. So, you know, I mean, I saw a couple of people in the chat trying to get at me. Oh, you light skinned, so you sensitive. And I'm like, bro, I don't care what you think. You know, I told him, I said, look, man, not everybody is Drake, okay? But I'm drop album called Certified
or
Lover
Steph
Boy.
Curry, like you don't like this side of
I'm like, look, bro, and I tell people all the time, look, bro, there's only one person that ever calls me light skinned and makes me laugh, and his name is Ronnie. He always jump in my chat. The first thing he says is, "What's up, light skin?" And it's just nothing new to me. But the thing is people in the chat literally were trying to insinuate that I'm a chump just because of that. And I'm like, I'm not going to bite on that. If you think that, I'm a grown man. I don't have to prove I don't know you to prove myself.
Well, look,
you nothing. But it was just funny. Yeah, go ahead, Kev.
No, let me help us support your point. In terms of DBs and all that kind of shit. Let me help support your point, bro. If it's one thing that promoted, you know, had us take a DB this last draft, it ain't because of what the person's last name was, but, and I'm gonna give you a extreme close-up. Do you realize next year every DB we got is a free agent other than these rookies? Come on, man.
The room will be empty.
And then look. We're begging on Verrett, and I'm a big Verrett fan. You see what I'm saying? Living in San Diego, I know who Verrett is. I know what he can do. But now he's done for the year. You know what I'm saying? So every DB other than the rookies is free agents. So why not draft the DB? I mean, bruh.
And they got on top of me because I said they got on top of me because I said instead of Trey Sermon, we could have drafted Asante Samuel Jr. And I wasn't saying that Trey Sermon was trash and that he's worthless and none of that. I'm not stating that. I'm just saying that was a viable option at that time because when we moved to go get Sermon, Asante Samuel Jr. was right there. And believe me, where did Asante Samuel Jr. go? Same place Jason Verrett went, to the Chargers. And what did he do all OTAs and all training camp? He balled out. How do I know? I have one of my very good friends I grew up with from the 7th grade that's a diehard Charger fan. And what was he telling me? All he would do is send me film of Asante Samuel Jr. and send me laughing emojis because he knew I was pissed. He would do it to me consistently. I didn't care. I wasn't too mad about it.
So look, check this out. I got a question for both of y'all. You know, Mose and Dion, you too. We got the Eagles this week, right?
Mm-hmm.
All issues on defense. I got my answer already. Can our deficiencies on defense be fixed by Sunday? I want to see what y'all say because I know my answer already.
Go ahead, Mose. You got. I'm gonna let you take this one first.
Can our deficiencies be fixed by Sunday? No. Will we be able to scheme up something to mask our deficiencies? Yes.
I agree exactly with what Mose said. Yep, I concur.
You know,
I love that word.
We're gonna use big words.
With my Navy background, I love the word concur. But yeah, I concur. Yes, I agree. So my thing is, if it was two things I had to say, I would take away from defensively playing the Lions on Sunday was the interior defensive line, gap integrity, and then the secondary. So my thing is, they can be smoothed over, but fixed, no. So smooth over, yes. Fixed, no. Because in terms of the interior D line, that's just gap integrity, staying in your spot. The secondary, I'm really like, if the pass rush is doing its job, because you know it's a marriage, pass rush and the secondary. If the pass rush is doing the job, man, the three of us right now, as big as me and Mosi is right now, we can play corner as long as the pass rush is doing their job. Well, you know, as long as we're out of breath back there, you know, and we stay in that position. You know what I'm saying? I mean, so my thing is, man, football. Yes, man. So look, all I'm saying is, Kinlaw was out as far as run defense. I mean, they were getting pushed around in the secondary until Verrett went out. I mean, we was good. And the only thing that a lot of that 2-minute comeback was us playing the prevent defense. I can't stand the prevent because they marched down the field the whole way.
That's because you give them all the cushion.
Every possession.
You give them all the cushion in the world, and the issue is that you can't give them no cushion. They already had enough momentum. So the prevent defense is for when you're up. If we'd have been up 41-13, play prevent. It's fine. We got too big of a gap. But when you have them coming back and having that momentum, you don't want to, like, the one thing that I always say about Kyle is he doesn't know how to keep his foot on the gas. He slows down because he's like, oh, we built a lead. We're good. We don't have to worry about this. At the end of the day, put on the gas because look what happened to Cleveland yesterday. Cleveland tried, and then that punter screwed everything up. And
he should have just kicked it. He still had time and still had room.
Yeah,
he tried to kick it. Even if it was like a shank, you kick that ball.
Yeah, you don't want to try to do that because you already know you ain't going nowhere. You ain't about to outrun nobody. I'm sorry. There's no disrespect to punters, but you're a punter. We didn't draft you because you had a 4.3 40. We drafted you because you knew how to put the ball in the air and get us some good hang time so that our special teams didn't really have to tackle no damn body. That's why we drafted you. We drafted Mitch Swish because we figured he could hang the ball in the air as an Australian-style punter. You know, we didn't know he could hit like that, but then again, they play rugby down there, so, you know, it is what it is.
Listen, man, as a youth DC, and I know I never coached at the high school level. I've had job offers at the high school level, but I never coached at the high school level. I want to coach the youth. The highest level I went to was 14U. But what I teach my guys all the time is I use the word prevent one time in one sentence. Only time I want you to prevent your man from beating you. That's it. Prevent your man in front of you from beating you. We're not going to go prevent across the board because it's too much cushion in front of you. Damn that. Prevent your man from beating you, and we're going to be okay. But even under Robert Salah, we did the same thing. Oh, let's just protect the lead. Nah, man. Do one thing. Prevent your man from beating you, and we're going to be okay. But yesterday, give him first down. So every time, and you see what happened, touchdown, 2-point conversion, onside kick. touchdown, 2-point conversion. Come on, man. And for those of y'all there talking about Kittle is trash because if you ain't never had an onside kick come to you, I don't want to hear nothing from you because onside kicks is very tricky.
That ball goes wherever it wants to go. People don't understand.
If you watch
it literally bounces in its own way at certain times.
Exactly.
I'll tell you
replay, when he lunged, he lunged based upon the
to try to fall flat on the ball. Mm-hmm.
But that last bounce, oh shit! Oh, damn it! Okay, now they got the ball back. So everybody's saying that Kittle trash because it hit him in the face mask. He wasn't prepared for that last bounce.
This is the thing. We all know, all three of us right here, right now, understand the reality of it. The people that are saying that he's trash are not real fans because they don't really watch football. And they don't know that these things can happen to you. And they probably never played a down of football in their life. Not even backyard football or street football. None of that. You know what I'm saying? Because I remember sideline pop back in the day. Believe you me. Yeah, I had lots of fun playing it. But the ball bounces whichever way it's going to bounce. The positive that I took from this, even though he fumbled, was Samuel. He looked flat out amazing. You know what I'm saying? He looked fantastic. I love Debo. He looked great. Trent Sherfield on his little touchdown catch. And who did it come from? Trey Lance. I'm telling you, they got a connection. It's undeniable. Trey Lance and Trent Sherfield is like the perfect couple. They gonna if they stay together, they gonna wind up being Jay-Z and Beyonce of the NFL. God damn it. So I'm gonna say that. Matt Moses, what's happening with you?
But real quick, you talk about Debo and his fumble, and people talking about Kittle and how he's trash. But if we talking football and we talking fundamentals, Debo's fumble was worse. Why?
Yeah.
Because as a ball carrier, you're never supposed to have the ball on your inside arm.
Yep.
You're supposed to have the ball on your outside arm, depending on where you are. And he was closer to the right hash. That ball should have been in his right arm, towards his outside arm, closest to the sideline. He had the ball on the inside. So, if you have more defenders coming towards you, you're probably not going to see the big 6'5", 260-pound defensive end with long arms coming in to punch the ball out. The ball should never been there.
Yeah.
Hey, man,
been on the inside arm.
That was like the perfect Murphy's Law scenario. Anything that can go wrong will go wrong.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it was just like, yo, are you serious? I mean, but now had Debo, let's just say that was a play where he needed those extra yards. And then he went down. Oh, he should have kept going. He should have fought for the first down.
There's always something.
That's why our fan base, bro. Most of our fan base, I can't stand them because they're never satisfied.
I said that earlier tonight.
He said that.
They're never
like you said earlier,
satisfied.
They're never satisfied.
Honestly, we could have won that game 41-17 or 41-10, and they would have said something wrong. Oh, our run defense is trash. Well, they carried the ball 20 times. The running backs, like Breezy mentioned, carried the ball 20 times for 93 yards, and we only gave up one touchdown.
Yeah,
perception versus reality is completely different. But we could have blanked them. It could have been 41-0, and there would have been something.
It's always something.
Ayuk didn't get the ball.
It's always something.
Right. The beauty of this game is that it tells me that our offense is working. Because if we come out and hang 41, I like that. You know what I'm saying? To me, it's a better test next week because Philly is a little bit of a stronger defense. And to be honest with you, for the Lions, for any Lions fans out there watching that game, that gave you hope for the rest of your season. That tells you that you might possibly be able to score. You might be able to run the ball. You might be able to do a few things.
They kept fighting.
Yeah, you got to fight. You know what I'm saying? I remember he was talking about biting off kneecaps. They tried to bite our damn kneecaps off. We made sure that we kicked them back down. The other thing that Breezy said Breezy didn't say this. I was actually watching my man Jason Aponte. Why on earth
shout out, Jay,
was Mr. Hockenson not covered by Mr. Warner? Why? I mean, Fred is one of the best covered linebackers in the game. So it was befuddling to me. I was looking all day. I'm like, why is it that we don't have Fred Warner covering TJ Hockenson? Because he sure as hell wouldn't have had the same day that he normally had. And when we were down there in those 2-point conversions, you knew the ball was going to TJ Hockenson. You knew it. So why would you not just? I mean, at the end of the day, you could have looked and said, "Look, I don't give a shit who you cover. Just make sure that man is that. If he goes to the bathroom, stand outside the stall, hand him some tissue under the bottom of the door. Like the dude, he don't leave him alone because you knew at the end of the day it was him and it was DeAndre Swift. Those were the two dudes you really need to focus on offense because the other guys were fairly irrelevant.
It's funny you say that because you know, as a DC in my defense, when I got guys who I know is that guy, I say, look, man, if he sneezes, you need so close. You say, bless you,
right?
And hand him a tissue.
What's that, Corey Davis?
So my thing is now in our defense, mind you, Hockenson was a tight end, right? So in our 4-3, and most times, Sam first back out of the backfield, strong side. You know, Will first back out of the backfield, weak side, and Mike, you got whoever's left over. If it was me, like an old Madden, I'm going to my settings and I'm putting Warner on Hockenson every down. I don't give who out there. Yep. You know, but again,
I would have told him right before the game. This is your assignment. His name is TJ Hockenson.
Right. I mean, you know, but I mean, so much could have, man. I mean, but we ended up getting a W and all that. I mean, but Fred Warner is the highest rated, you know, coverage linebacker in the league. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, you're right. That's your guy. You know what I'm saying? So, but luckily we ended up getting the win. You know, and my thing is, I mean, I can break down the defense because, you know, me being a DC. For example, that touchdown he scored down to the left. Verrett and Ward. No, I'm sorry, it was Verrett and Tart. It's called a banjo call.
Yeah.
Pretty much, you know, the way I play my defense is we play inside out. So Verrett, you on boundary, don't give a damn if your man go inside, whoever outside, that's your man. But apparently, I got mixed up. You see what I'm saying? So it's just little small tweaks that I made. You know what I'm saying? So it's small tweaks, and hopefully we tweak them fast because we should be 3-0 the next 3 weeks. We should be 3-0.
Hey, I'm gonna tell you right now. Somebody else said it. I think it may have been on Nitty Gritty, or possibly even with Sprint Right Option. If we go into week 3 and the Packers are 0-2, oh my God. Do you understand? Like that gives you the perfect momentum to walk in there and just hand Aaron Rodgers his ass the same way he got broke off by Jameis Winston, because Winston tore him to shreds, and no one saw that coming. And to be honest with you,
Winston wasn't even like dynamite as far as passing.
He barely had 200
yards. yards.
Yeah, I think he had like 148.
He had 148.
But he had 5 touchdowns, didn't he?
If it wasn't for the last deep ball, he wouldn't have had 100. But what was he? He was efficient in running the offense, and he had 5 touchdowns.
Yes, sir.
So you mean to tell me if Sean Payton can get Jameis Winston to throw 5 touchdowns against the Packers, Kyle Shanahan can't scheme something up against them too?
Oh, you already know. Yeah, you already know.
In our home opener in front of the faithful who can't wait to get back into Levi's, and that building rocking.
You know, the other thing I noticed about the Detroit game is, and this honestly to me was actually a little sad. That stadium was empty.
I was looking at that. I was like, "Oh, I didn't that game."
I'm like, it's more blue seats than people in blue jerseys.
Yes.
What's going on here? Why are y'all? Where's your fans at? Now I understand Detroit might be a little rough from what I hear. I can't say that for sure because I ain't never been to the D, but I done heard it's a little rough out there. But dang,
the D ain't no joke as far as the hood.
I heard that. Like I said, that's what I heard. Right. But what I'm saying is like, damn, man, I feel bad. Y'all fans wasn't in there. And then look at the receiving. None of their receivers went over 100 yards. TJ Hockenson 8 for 97. DeAndre Swift 8 for 65. And then you had Jamal Williams 8 for 56. So when you look at that, just right there, those 3 names, Those were the usual suspects on a continual basis. There was no one else in their offense that did anything that hurt us. It was those main dudes, the two running backs and the tight end. Their receivers were doing nothing. You know, I think one of the guys, Amon St. Brown, he had 2 catches for 23 yards. You know, Khalif Raymond, he had 3 for 50. But these are nobody else.
And one of those was a chunk play.
Yeah. So you look at it, you're like, dang, man, we didn't. I took a step back, took a look at the stats, replayed the game in my head, and I'm like, okay, you know what? This was a good victory. We took it. We did what we had to do. Yeah, the last couple of minutes looked really bad, but at the end of the day, you know what? We got the W. That's what matters. You know, we're 1-0, and we are in a division that is going to test everything that we have, because I'm gonna tell you right now, Kyler Murray
and it's best
in Madden 22 drives me insane because he runs all over the damn place, and he ran all over the place in real life yesterday. That young man is very dynamic, man. So I give Kyler Murray a lot of credit. He's crazy. There was Corey Davis. We saw that, and Nitty Gritty Niners touched on that with people being stupid with Raheem Mostert and Mose. I echo your sentiments. I will let you know that I'm coming for you if you say something stupid like that. Do not be an arm reach. Don't be an arm reach, please, because I'm gonna tell you right now, if you are anywhere near Phoenix, Arizona, and you want that, you can get all of it. Do not play with my family like that, and don't play with me like that. They did it to Kyle Williams too. This is a game, man. You ain't out there doing what they do. You don't know the struggles they go through. You don't know the mental struggles that they go through. That man last year sat there and had to be away from his wife and his children just because of the safety of everything that was going on, man. Do you understand the pressure that is, bro? Like mentally, just going through it, you got to be away from your family continuously. And all you can think about is your family and trying to get back to them. You know how much these players love going home to their kids and their wife every night, or their significant other, you know what I'm saying? Whatever the case may be. They love love going home to family.
Like I said, in Nitty Gritty, and it may not be the same word for word, but don't let fantasy football get real life ass.
Don't do it.
Yeah, don't do it.
Don't do it.
Let me tell you, I'm telling you,
hold on, Dion. I appreciate the invite, man, but I didn't plan for this, so that means my battery didn't either, and my battery.
You all good, brother.
So
you all good, Kev. Good to have you on, man.
And they in the background. I guess the Raiders just
scored. I know.
They back
I know. I got the game. I got the game on mute. I got the game on mute.
You know what I'm saying, but yeah, man. Hey, Most, you in a little person right there. Be good, man. Dion, thanks for the invite, man. Like I said, my battery about to die. I need the invite.
All right, Kev.
And I love y'all boys, man. I do. I see y'all.
Same here. Back at you, man.
Yes, sir.
All right, man.
All right,
love, bro.
Yeah, man. So I saw that, man, and that just that sticks in your craw. And then, you know, I'm gonna say again, RIP to Paris Harrelson. You know, the ex-linebacker for the 49ers. Broke my heart when I saw that, man. I saw that in the chat that I'm in. Dante Whitner had talked about it, man. It's hard when you lose a fellow brother that, you know, you played with, man. You know what I'm saying? It's just somebody in life. It's definitely, you know, crazy when you see these things, because it's just a sad time, you know what I'm saying, when somebody that close to you goes away. And it's a sad time when you got people that's stupid to try to test you like that want to go ahead and do something so dumb. You have to remember, this is a game, man. This is literally, that's what it is. And at the same time, this is people's livelihood. You know, the guy that I said, the one thing that I told people was, though I may be the type of person that something come?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So that's okay.
Oh, you good?
Yes.
Okay. Oh, man. But it's when you out here playing this game and this is your livelihood, you do what you got to do. The only thing I've ever said about anybody is if you're injury prone and you're consistently injured, go elsewhere. That's literally all I've ever said. People look at me, they're like, man, you hate Jalen Hurd. I don't hate him as a person because I don't know him. I just don't like the fact that he still sits on the sideline, and it really drives me insane. You do have a nice icon, Matt. I think that looks like anime, bro. I'm not sure, man. I'm not into that stuff, but, you know, some of the things they do are pretty dope. But it's crazy when that happens, man, that you see people that'll take it that far, all because of your fantasy squad. Like, did you bet your life on this or something?
That's
Like,
so
if you
crazy.
ready to trade my life because of your fantasy, I'm going to hope and pray that your life is on the line if you lose this fantasy season. Because if it's not, I really don't know what you are doing and why you are even saying anything like that, because you cross a line. You know, when I say somebody should get cut, hey man, look, that's just somebody getting cut. That means you got an opportunity elsewhere to go and do your thing. You know what I'm saying? If you're sitting on the sideline injured, I don't know what to tell you. I can't help you, but I'm not going to tell you that you should kill yourself, and I'm not going to send death threats. That's stupid. Why? It's not that deep. It should never be that deep. And for anybody out there that's insinuating stuff like that, you need to worry about your own life. You got to go get checked out mentally. You got some problems.
And I don't understand what the benefit to you is for doing that.
Yeah,
What do you gain by sending a pro athlete a death threat because, you know, he's not able to help your favorite team because he's injured, or he's not able to score fantasy points for you in week 1 of the fantasy season? Like, we still got all these weeks left. Like, it's
17 weeks.
I could have won one of my fantasy games had I started Sam Darnold over Aaron Rodgers. Now, would I sit Aaron Rodgers,
Over
the
Sam
reigning
Darnold?
NFL
No.
MVP, over Sam Darnold? I absolutely would not do that.
No.
But am I sending Aaron Rodgers death threats because he didn't throw a touchdown yesterday and I lost because of that? No, it's not that big of a deal. It's fantasy football.
Yeah, the key word is fantasy. Yeah, like say reality. Like you ain't playing this.
What are we talking about?
Yeah, we ain't in the Matrix.
And for 49ers fans to do it, like, listen, are you sending everybody death threats? You sending Jason Verrett death threat too?
Right.
Knowing all that he's been through and how hard he worked to get back to play top level football and everything that he gave us last season, you gonna send him a death threat too?
Yeah. Like I'm sending.
Did you send Nick Bosa a death threat? Did you send D Ford a death threat?
Solomon Thomas?
Jalen Hurd has not played a down for this team in the regular season. He's going on his 3rd year. Did you send him something too?
Mm-hmm.
Like, come on, bro. Miss me with that.
Yeah.
And Mariah said it in the chat, nitty gritty. People real bold when there is no consequences or repercussions for the stuff that you say. And that's why I said, go ahead and send something like that to me.
Oh yeah, you'll find out real quick. It's gonna be a whole nother ball game.
It's a little different when the smoke come to your doorstep. Like, don't do that, people. Like, if you listening and you thinking about doing it because your fantasy team not working out, or a player that you really like on the 49ers isn't really producing how you want them to produce, get a pillow and scream in it. Go to a gym and sign up for a boxing class. Do what you gotta do.
Take it out of the bag. Anything.
Do not write no death threat letters to none of these players, because I guarantee you, if you see them in the street, you wouldn't even say nothing.
Yeah, because that's always how it works, man. You got people who put, who have, they got their Twitter fingers, and they thugs on the internet because they say whatever they want, man. Please. I had so many people come to me. I had people rip me to shreds over when we first drafted Nick Bosa because I didn't want him, and I put up a video, and mind you, I was tipsy. I had a couple drinks, So I said what I said, and my stance on him is, at the time, he was injured in high school, he was injured in college, He's already been injured in the NFL. So to me, that says, yeah, you got to be mindful with the dude because you don't know how long he's going to last. And then at the same time, I have my own other reasons. I don't have to restate those. The video is there. It's my most watched video to this day, and I truthfully could care less. You know what I'm saying? But it's definitely something that people got to be more respectful about, man. You got to be smarter about your decisions. But at the end of this day, we scored the most points in the NFL on offense. No one was better. You know what I'm saying? Our offense worked out well. I loved every second of it. Corey Davis is telling you, my big dog, congratulations on the new baby.
Appreciate that. Thank you.
Yeah, man. Look, if we can keep hanging 40 burgers on people, we don't have nothing to be worried about this season. We're going to be fine. Those things, now that I looked at the stats and looked at the game as a whole, the only thing that was bad was us winding up with everything happening toward those last few minutes of the fourth quarter. Other than that, solid game, good enough game for us to be able to get the W. At the end of the day, a win is a win. I don't care whether you win by 1 or you win by 40. You get the dub, you go home, and the NFC West is the most competitive division in football. And we're going to have a real serious problem when it comes to dealing with that young kid, Kyler Murray. I will be at that Arizona game, and I'm telling you right now, he keep playing the way he playing, I'm going to be frustrated. I might even be pulling out the little bit of hair that I got left.
Listen, I hate when he runs because he's so small, his little feet. It looks fast. I know he's fast, but it looks faster than
because
how
he's
fast
small.
he is when he runs because he's so small. And it just looked like I don't know. Have you ever seen the boy Filet who do the basketball voiceovers?
Nah.
It's this kid named Filet. He does like basketball voiceovers, like when people get crossed up.
Oh,
he
gotcha.
does other ones too. He does football ones and running ones, and he makes this sound when people are running fast. It's like, and every time I see Kyler Murray run, that's what I think of. I think of that sound when he because his feet just move so fast. So he's an annoying quarterback to game plan for and to play against. So I'm hoping we can get a dub this week against Philly. I'm hoping we treat Green Bay the same way we've treated them every time they've come to Levi's the past couple of years. We know it's going to be tough against Russell and Seattle. It always is. But their defense isn't the same as it used to be. So that could benefit us. And then we'll see what we got come week 5 against Kyler and the Cardinals because they coming.
Oh, yeah, they definitely coming, man. And the other thing is that, we still got to deal with Russ. And Matthew Stafford didn't look too bad last night. He didn't.
This division is going to cause a lot of headaches.
There's going to be a lot of headaches, man. We're going to be in there stressed out.
My brother's a Rams fan, so.
Oh, yeah, so you already know. He going to be on, man. He
already talking after that game last night, so.
And the funny thing is,
a battle this year.
My dad is a Seahawks fan. Now, my dad, all his life was basketball, all his life, consistently. And then he got married to this new woman that he got married to, and she liked football, so he started getting into it. He immediately fell in with the Seahawks, and I looked at him and I said, how can you do that to me when you know that's a direct division rival? And he looked and he was like, I just picked it because I like Russell. And I was like,
wow.
You know what? Whatever. And then his wife is a Packer fan. So I raked her over the coals. I immediately called her when they lost. I called. I said, she ain't answer. I said, so I said to her, I said, why you ain't answering? Come on now. No. You there to talk all your crap and your pack beat up on everything. Now I need you to answer the phone. Pick the phone up because I'm going to give it to you. But is it me or did Aaron Rodgers seem horribly disinterested in football? He never played like that. Like the throws he was making, that throw where he overthrew Valdez-Scantling, he never overthrows Valdez-Scantling.
No. He
never.
Just threw that up, was like, yo,
he just
y'all can have
that.
it. Y'all can have it.
The only other time that I've ever seen a throw like that was Eli in the Super Bowl with David Tyree. He didn't know where that ball was going. Eli threw that.
Mm-hmm.
He did the same thing Jimmy did. He threw it up. He was like, Jesus, take the wheel. And
Yep.
Jesus was like, this ball is going to be caught on David Tyree's head. He gonna live in Giants history for that. And now the man, if you see him, you see him. If you don't, you don't. But I'm going to go ahead and get out of here, Mose, let you get back to the baby. Thank you so much for jumping in, man. And I like the fact that was me, you, and Kev, man. I'm gonna get with you off camera, man. I like having brothers like that, man. I really do. That's a good thing right there, man. You know what I'm saying? There's always strength in numbers.
For sure.
But everybody that tuned in, thank you so much for taking the time out to listen to me and some of my buddies ramble. Jay in the Bay, what's good? I don't know how to do it like he does. Yeah, he does it. He does it his own way, man. I love the way
he got that down pat, yo.
He got that super down pat.
He got that down.
Jay in the Bay is cool people. I got to get him on the channel too, man, because I was on his podcast and he's super chill, man. You know what I'm saying? He is a very staunch Jimmy G supporter. I can understand everybody has their own thing. Me, I'm a Jimmy G supporter until he starts doing Jimmy G things that we don't necessarily care for. I'm one of those people. I jump right off that train real quick. I actually like the fact that we drafted Lance, and I think Lance will be a great addition. I feel like this. If we get up in games where we can get Lance in with 8 minutes in the fourth quarter, give him the reps. Just give it to him. Let him get in there and don't run him. Throw. Yeah. Hey, we got a package of plays. If we get up, be ready. These are your plays. Memorize them, know them. And once we get to that point, I'm going to slide you in there. Nobody's coming out. The only twist is just you for Jimmy. And if you do that, you force his development, but you don't take away from Jimmy. And if Jimmy's already on board with this, then you tell Jimmy, look, man, we balling out. I'm going to throw him in, whatever. Because we all know Jimmy's leaving next year.
And if anything, that should help Kyle with this issue of taking the foot off the gas. At least now you have a legitimate excuse. If you're worried about, you don't want to be looked bad upon in the NFL because it's frowned upon to run up the score. First of all, this is football. If they can run up the score in college, if you can't stop me, that's not my problem. I'm not going to help you stop me. So we can nix all of that. But college
will have what, 55-0?
It'll be 82-0.
And they still be
Alabama will play some team that we've never heard of before and throw up 75 points, and nobody will say nothing. But in the NFL, it's frowned upon if you score after you're up 21. Like, miss me with that. This is the NFL. We're adults. We're grown men. If you don't want me to score, stop me from scoring. But if you needed a legitimate excuse, if you up 17, 20, 21, 28 points, and then you want to throw Trey Lance in there for the fourth quarter or with 10 minutes left in the fourth, that is a valid excuse for you to continue to run your offense in the way that you've been running the offense all game. And if he puts up more points, he puts up more points. But you can say, I have a young quarterback. My veteran quarterback came in, did his job. We had the game in hand. I put the young guy in. I wanted him to get some reps, and he did well with the reps that he was given, and he scored more points for us. If you need a valid excuse, that's your valid excuse to stop taking your foot off the gas.
And it makes so much sense. The beauty of this is you force his development. So when it's time for you to move on and you say, look, if we can't get, a first or second round out of Jimmy, we cut him. We don't wind up losing any money. We've already gave him all his guaranteed bread. Let him go elsewhere. Bye. It is what it is. But at that time, Trey has had viable time on the field, so the transition is smoother. It only makes sense. And that's just me thinking from a logical standpoint. If I'm Kyle Shanahan, that's my first thing. All right, I'm up. Cool. Jimmy, come on. Have a seat, baby. Did a great thing. You're not losing your job. Take a chill pill. We're going to let the young kid get in and get some reps. Even if he makes a few mistakes, it's okay. He's learning. We need him to understand the game. But if I feed him bit by bit plays and I change his game plan up game by game where we're blowing folks out, then you know what that does? Automatically, when the next year comes, it ain't nothing. He ain't worried about nothing. He's not scared. He's seen the defenses. He started to realize things. He's coming along faster than we anticipated. And the beauty of it is they already said that Trey Lance's mental is there. So if the guy can pick the playbook up, look at it, learn it, and understand it, then putting him on the field to execute it should start to click. Does he need the reps? Yes, of course. He hadn't played football in a year. And at the same time, the speed of the game is always what everybody complains about. When you get people go from college to the NFL, they tell you what's going on, the speed of the game. It's hard to keep up with that. It always is. Some dudes make a smoother transition than others, but I look at it like, hey, if I get this dude ready in the proper way, then when I transition from Jimmy to him, it makes my life easier. If I win a Super Bowl and I say, you know what? All right, that's cool. I won a Super Bowl with Jimmy, but I need Trey. You pulling a Bill Belichick. I'm trying to kick you out the door because I already know that you ain't going to give me nothing else. I'll move on to the next thing because he's already in-house. You know what I'm saying? Although we all know how that happened, and I've done my rendition of that a million times over. You know, Brady walked in and cried like a girl and told, he said, look, Bob, he's trying to get me out of here. And, Mr. Kraft called him in there. Now you got to go on ahead and get Jimmy out of here. And Bill Belichick with that scowl, he looked at him and he was like, really? That's what we're doing? Crying to the boss, huh? That's okay. Yeah, we siding though. You remember when Rodney Harrison said it on national TV? I swear to God, I laughed so hard because all of the other sports broadcasters did not expect this. Rodney Harrison literally on national television told Tom Brady, pull your skirt down. On CBS, on national television, they did not expect that. I was dying. I was like, yo, but Rodney Harrison, he that dude. He's from a different brand of football. He from a different brand of football. He ain't that little chump, scary. Nope. Rodney Harrison from that brand where I'm gonna hit you, I'm gonna hurt you, and I'm gonna lay you out if I have to. But that I was baffled, but it made me laugh because I knew exactly what he meant. But I can tell you, Tony Dungy and everybody was like, I don't know if you can say that, brother. It's like when Kanye was standing right next to Mike Myers and he was like, George Bush doesn't care about black people. Mike Myers was like, and then they cut off to the next person. I don't know what to say to that. I don't have a rebuttal. Yeah. Back to you, Bob. Right. You just stop. You're like, nah, I can't do that no more because I don't know what's happening. But we're gonna get out of here, y'all. Thank y'all, everybody, for tuning in. Corey, Hung, my boy Matt, always tuning in. Jay in the Bay. Thank you to my auntie and to my mama who stopped in to say hello. Appreciate you most for sliding in with the beautiful little girl. Thank you to Silverado Care for coming through and dropping some knowledge. But yeah, man, get back to the fam bam. I'm gonna go ahead. 49ers Lakers for life. Hey, man, I kid you not, man. This dude is always super chill. And he always comes in, man. And I kid you not. Who is it? Breezy was the one. He said I like everything but the Lakers. Because Breezy a diehard Celtics fan, and I pray for him because every year, boy, they disappoint. And my Bulls is gonna be good this year. We gonna look dang good.
The Bulls is looking nice.
Yeah, I don't know
what my Sixers gonna do with Ben Simmons, but
I'm praying for you because Ben Simmons need to get it together.
Yeah, he need to get it together and get going. If we can find if he want to be traded and that's the last option, if we can send him to Portland for Dame, I'm good.
Who don't want Dame time?
If we get Dame, I'm good. Dame can go on ahead.
I'd love Dame time. You know, send Ben Simmons on the Portland. Don't nobody care. Going up to Oregon where it rains and it's overcast all the time. But thank y'all for jumping. Thank y'all for stopping by. We're gonna go and get out of here. Peace.